These are the top 10 Fortnite players in South Africa in 2025. In number one position, we have a person that nobody would expect, but we have Ghost.
Hello, everybody. Today, GNT brings you another interview, and this time we're sitting with someone whose name has been on the mouth of everyone in the South African Fortnite competitive scene, and I'm talking about no one other than Ghost. So, before we even start the interview, I must say, for someone that is so young, he clearly has a sense of self and embraces his individuality. So, grab that cup of tea or coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yeah, you're telling me, what's your favorite curry?
Chicken, of course.
Not a,
Chicken.
not a biryani fan.
I am, but that's for Sundays.
Or Saturdays. We used to do it Saturday.
We do it Sunday because then my family comes over. So yeah, Sundays is the day. Sunday lunch. That's when it goes down.
Nice. So is it just biryani, or do you all have like other things like on the table?
We live like roast or something,
Every
like
Sunday.
something. Most Sundays.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, tell me a little bit about you. We can maybe start off with like when you first got into Fortnite. Like, tell me about the first time you picked up the game, and like what made you fall in love with it.
The first ever time I played was maybe at my uncle's house. His Xbox. I don't know. I didn't understand the game because I was so young at the time. It was the first time I played it, and then obviously after that I got more and more into it because my brother used to play, and then eventually, I used to play on my Xbox at home. I used to sneak upstairs. My father used to go to sleep, turn the Xbox on. Yeah, and then my brother got into competitive first actually. So and he had a computer in his bedroom, and I was quite jealous of that. So I got a PlayStation in mine with a TV. Yeah, and then I was quite jealous, so I got a PS4 in mine. And then I used to just play with my mates, and for fun, and I was like the best out of all of them. I was actually quite good. A couple of them were on my level actually, but obviously I was the only one that went further with it. And that's because we were so young. It's school, COVID time. We'd all be playing,
Yeah. Oh, that must have been the best.
Oh, it was. It genuinely, it was. Yeah, and then
Which season was that?
I have no idea. I was grade 7. So
Mhm.
this was 2021. Whichever season I was in 2021. Yeah. When we were all students.
Was that the one with like the beach, like the beach scene and Evie? Is that the one?
I have no idea. It was at the start of chapter 2
Right.
since the Spider-Man season.
Okay.
So from that time, the start of chapter 2 till the Spider-Man season was on my console, just gaming. My mates and that, and obviously a little bit of competitive because I knew about it at that time. There was a console comp scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an EPS console, I think. So I used to play that because I knew about the comp scene. I knew about everything that was happening because my brother used to play competitive on his computer.
Right.
Back then, though, way back then.
Wait, so you gotta clear this up for me, right? So people say that it's easier to play bulls on keyboard and mouse. So
Yeah.
what did your brother have a bit of an advantage over you because you were on PlayStation?
He never used to play on keyboard and mouse. We both played controllers. So
Right.
also, when I first switched to PC, I never used to play keyboard and mouse. So today, if I pick up the sticks, I can still move a little bit. It's just, I made the decision a while back to switch to keyboard, and it just worked out.
So
Yeah.
there was no like huge learning curve for you when you switched to keyboard and mouse. You just picked it up and it was like easy for you from the get-go.
For me, it was a bit easier because I always, even on my PS, I used to play keyboard and mouse sometimes just for fun because I found it way more fun than playing. It was just, it felt so much better, you know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So you got you got into the comm scene now because of your brother.
Basically, yeah, technically yes.
So you had like a mentor to like teach you the ins and the outs of how it works.
No, actually, he's on his own vibe, you know. I just found it out because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think of myself that I was quite good on console, especially for that time. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I needed to learn, but I was definitely like good.
And how old are you then?
Maybe 5, 6. That is flipping 12.
Oh wow! So you were actually a 12-year-old playing Fortnite.
Heavy. I found some pictures because my phone got backed up. I found some pictures of me on my old setup playing, and I was young.
So now take me through like first comp that you played and the first run that you won.
First one that I won. I played a lot of tournaments on console, but I didn't win any of those. I placed here and there. But you see, it took a while, man. I've been playing for long, like a shit long time. I've been playing for long. Wow. I'm thinking about it now.
So you saying you actually had to grind to like actually get that first win?
Of course, yeah.
Right.
It was so.
Was it like the ping? Was it skill like that you had to pick up?
No, it was definitely skill.
Right.
Skill a lot. I was talented, but my talent only got me so far.
Yeah.
So up until that point, and then you just hit a plateau, and then that's when you have to actually work, you know.
So now, what pushed you to actually be like, you know what, my talent only got me so far? Like, what pushed you to go further, and not you just sit back and be like, oh, I'm just gonna play the game, like, you know, like however I want to. I don't really care about comp. Like, what pushed you to go that length is what I'm saying.
I'm flipping competitive.
So
I tend to do this with games. It's just Fortnite. I mean, it was just a different click, I guess. But I do this with any other game. Like, for example, I play I don't know if you know the game Mortal Kombat fighting game.
Oh yes.
When the new ones come out, I'll sit and I'll play until my fingers don't work on my PS. I'll learn all the moves on one guy. I'll get to a point where I can play competitive and I can actually, you know, I can have that standard of gameplay, and then I'll just forget about the game. That's what I did this year. That's what I did when Mortal Kombat 11 came out. I'm hell of a competitive, but I get bored super quick.
So does Fortnite like keep it going for you, or have you?
Keep it going for me because there's always something that I have to fix or I have to learn, no matter how good I think I am. So I think that's maybe it, and also I mean, money.
Oh yes. And so how did it feel winning that first tournament?
Flippin' amazing. It felt like the best thing ever. And plus it was solos, so
it was all on you.
It was all on me.
And do you remember how much that was? Was it a prize pool? Like
yeah, it was a Metal State solos. It was $1,000.
Nice.
Yeah, when Metal State they changed with the game mode as the seasons change in game. So back then it was solos. And it was a while after I was in the com, and maybe few months, like 7-8 months after I was in the com, and I was playing on keyboard and I was getting good on keyboard fully, and then I was just getting better slowly. I saw placements, 4th place in qualifiers, nothing too spectacular. And then one day, I mean, that's how it happens. One day I played the Metal State solos and I won.
So, before we even start moving on to like more questions, I definitely have to ask you how did your parents react? Like,
Oh,
to
they
you
don't.
playing
They
the game, and was it like, oh, this is a waste of time, or until then
Yeah,
how did they react when you brought the 1,000 rand home?
No, they don't. They don't care. Not till today. They know Sundays, like for example, 2 o'clock ACGL. I'm playing.
So, like, talking about your first win, I was looking at your Twitter and I saw that you were like on a roll with these wins. Metal State, ACGL, EPSG, sorry. EPSG, you had that win at the Ascend Trios Cup. You went 3 for 3 in ACGL in Metal State. I think it was last week.
Yes, other players, of course. Of course, it's fucking Reepsy, Ghost, and Timberat who won that game, sitting on 93 fucking points right over there.
So, yeah, take me through that. Describe for me how you prepare for these tournaments. Like one of the things that I've noticed is that there's such a short turnaround time for each tournament. So you'll have like a tournament on one day, and then the next day there's another tournament, and then 2 days later there's another tournament. So how are you like preparing for these tournaments? How are you learning your lessons to implement it in the next tournament so quickly? Like, take me through how you prepare for it.
Do you want the long answer or the short answer?
You can give me whatever answer you want.
Well, now it's completely different, of course, but as I said, I've been playing comp for a long time, so I always thought of myself as good, but I just wasn't good enough. I wasn't consistent. Last year, I think, was when it actually got a bit interesting and whatnot. So I was placing, I was winning, and then I wasn't. And for like a while, I was like either the best player you want to play with, or you're not even going to come near top 5 with me. That's how bad I am. So I was super inconsistent for a long time. Start of last year, going to middle of last year. And then there was the LAN in Cape Town last year. And I did attend that. And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I just was off. And I did nothing at that LAN. It was a huge disappointment for myself. And then after that, like, because I was so inconsistent, and one day I'm so good, one day I'm not. After that LAN, when I wasn't so good, I just sat and I had like a bit of a research, and then I just found my click, and then I just slowly since mid last year into end of last year and into the start of this year, it's just been going up and up and up and up, and it feels flipping amazing. And I'm at the point now, I do think, where I still make mistakes in it, but with myself and my teammates, we don't even need to do as much before tournaments. So it's just like, oh, today's another tournament. Nice, let's do what we know and do it as best as we can, and that's how we win.
So do you go? So you're not going in with strats into these tournaments, or is it just? I don't want you to like give away your strats, by the way.
We do, but only up till a certain point, because after that it's just textbook and skill and knowledge on the game.
Yeah.
Not stuff that you can do that will automatically just make you.
So it's completely relying on game sense at a certain point, is what you're saying.
I mean, we can play a tournament and not do anything that we've been working on, and we can still do just as good and still win.
So you're saying that LAN tournament was such a big disappointment that it actually caused you to be like, you know what, let me get my shit together, and
Yes.
I'm serious about this. I can imagine like when you want something so badly and you don't get it, like some people, like that's the point where they break, but for some people that's the point where they sit back and they reflect and they redirect themselves, and it takes a strong individual with like a strong willpower on the inside to do that. So I definitely have to commend you at such a young age to like have an attitude like that. But are you hoping you win the next land tournament?
Of course. Yeah, of course. I am planning on doing that. Like I was even speaking to someone like a few days ago, and I said like, after I win this land, I'm at a point where I'm happy to call it and just move on to other things.
Really?
Obviously, I think I have, because I'm in 11 this year. I have matric next year.
Mm-hmm.
I give myself maybe this year and next year at least, depending on how I'm doing, or obviously how much money I'm making as well. But if there is a land this year, and if I do win, I'll definitely, I know for a fact I'll be in a position where I can happily give this up.
So do you not have like any bigger dreams in terms of like, being somebody in South Africa that could content create on being so good, like having that skill, being like a South African Tifu or something like that is what I'm trying to say.
No, that's what I was speaking about earlier also with someone, because of like Saturday servers and whatnot coming. I most definitely will, if there is Saturday servers, I most definitely will be playing for another this year and next year at least. I would like to do content. I would like to make some videos, just to see how it is, and I would still like to be insanely good, and I would still like to win things. But Fortnite is a thing that I'm happy to move away from later on in my life.
Okay.
So it's not something that I would want to take over
for the next like 10 years.
my adulthood. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm young. I have time at least. I'll use it as much as I can. I mean, it's money. Some months, I mean, like this month, I think I made like 2K or something. Feb. So I mean, some months are better than others, and as long as I'm making money, I mean, I'm not complaining, because also I'm not playing the game as much, so it's not like I'm putting hours and hours into Fortnite.
Yeah.
I hop on a day, I'll play maybe 2 hours if there's no tournaments, and then I'm done. Some days I don't even play unless there's a tournament. So yeah, but I don't see myself taking this into my adulthood or anything. It's as you can say, a phase.
Right. So you see yourself outgrowing this phase eventually?
Yeah.
Do you think you would move on to another game, or do you think it would just be like you would like focus on studies, or like building a career in something else?
Yeah. It would just be main focus on my life and the people in my life and my family and my studies. I think I wouldn't fully move away from games, but competitive games, yes, most definitely 100%.
That's interesting. That's like you're actually the first person to sit down and like say like realistically like this is the lifespan I see it being, and I'm ready to move on. Like not a lot of people like admit that or stop chasing for it at a certain point in their life.
Yeah, I mean, even if Saturday servers come, hypothetically speaking, Saturday servers come, say I'm making 10 plus K a month. I'm making a living off of it, content, competitive, all of it combined. Say I'm making a living off of it. I still would not want this to be my life. I would still move away from it. It's not, I mean, I'm passionate about it, but only to a certain extent, obviously.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting. So we spoke about the land tournament, being something that you are aiming for and striving for. So apart from that, up until now, what has been your greatest achievement in Fortnite and in the competitive space so far?
I mean, there hasn't been anything nutty since that land. So tournament-wise, I'd just say being consistent is an amazing feeling, especially when you're winning. But best thing ever is just like my teammates that I play with now and my mates that I have now. It's just like it's a bit unbelievable to think that like I was on my console watching these guys on
Right.
my phone 5 at home, um, watching them win tournaments and whatnot, and watching them do these amazing things. And then obviously when I came to the scene, people have a lot of different opinions. So you hear a lot of uh, bad things about them, you hear a lot of good things about them.
Yeah.
But because the circle is so small, you don't actually know. And you're seeing them win things, and you're like, oh my goodness, imagine one day like I'm playing with them, and then one day on Twitter I stumble upon one of them looking for a teammate, and I just replied as a joke. That was after I won like my first few tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
Battle State solos, and yeah, I got the DM back, and that was 2022, end of 22 maybe, somewhere there. And ever since then, I mean, it's just we haven't been playing for so long, but we've become such good friends, and I think that's like the best thing ever.
Oh, that's really wholesome, hey.
Definitely.
So obviously it's the consistency, but it's also that opportunity that like life has given you to like play with the people, like play Fortnite with the people that you admire watching.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, like out of all the other teams, the other players out there, is there any that you are like wary of as competition?
At the moment, I can't say for sure because everyone is just switching up teammates all the time and they're so inconsistent. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe in this year we'll see some team come up that's working on their mistakes and actually sticking together. But other than that, the community is insanely toxic and they all just have the biggest ego. So if you're someone that's looking for a team to fix your mistakes and work things out and play and not place and play and not place until eventually you guys do well,
Mm-hmm.
like you're gonna be in such a bad position.
Wow.
And
So are you saying like people in the comp scene are like looking for shortcuts, like,
yeah,
to win?
yeah, and especially because there's so many big names that's been playing for so long. When they see a player that they know could be good or they could do well, when you think that you're so much above them, that's why you don't play with them. I mean, it's the worst thing ever because I mean then you play with other people that you know and you know their names and you won't do well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just always just switching and turning and switching and turning. You're never gonna settle with the team that you're gonna do well with.
Yeah. So I obviously have to ask. I didn't expect that answer. So I am gonna definitely ask this question now. Like, in your opinion, right now, who are the best Fortnite players on the scene? But also, who are the ones that you admire the most?
I mean, it has to be. Well, people will say I'm glazing and whatnot, but I mean, if you look statistically wise and from what I know, it's gonna be my teammates, Ipsy and them.
Mm-hmm.
And my one mate 7 is flipping insane. He's genuinely like he's something else. Yeah, I would
Mm-hmm.
consider him better than myself. He just also has an issue with teammates, so you know.
Is it finding the teammates because of the toxicity that you were speaking about?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. So it's a little bit of him not finding teammates on his level, and it's just there's no one that he can actually settle for.
So are you guys all just like trying to find people or just grinding solo?
Well, it's just him. It's just him, honestly. And then yeah, so it's just him that I would say consider the best in my eyes. He's insane. But obviously I have my team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she and them. We do well together. We're winning. So yeah,
So
I definitely think those are the top players. There are some other names. I've watched Ashwat before. He's definitely good. I've seen his gameplay. He's good, but I think he's just. I don't like his personality. He's super egotistical and whatnot. I think that's gonna hold him back a lot.
mm-hmm.
My mate Wei, he's super good. He's talented as hell. Insanely talented. He just doesn't speak, so he's not gonna find teammates. um, then who else? Becca is good, but haven't seen him for a while. You see, the thing is, it's so difficult to give players that standard in it because you don't see them consistently.
Right. What are your thoughts on Neymar?
I don't want to be toxic or anything, but I think he just doesn't care anymore. I mean, he did insanely well at LAN. He came second place, and then yeah, he just doesn't care anymore. I don't think he puts that much time into the game. He definitely could be as good as he used to, but he's not. But I don't think that's an issue for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. We obviously were speaking about people that you saw as competition, people you admired, the toxicity, the lack of consistency in the scene. That's holding. Do you think that's holding the people back? Like it's holding players back, or it's holding like Fortnite ZA back? Is kind of what I'm saying.
It's holding all of it back. I mean, it's just the people that think they do good is just. I mean, even if you are good, you don't have to go on like a twat about it. I mean, for players like us, I mean, I personally, I've had this like a few days ago also. I mean, there's one guy that's like, I'm not going to say names, but I personally think he's quite good at the game. But just the way you go on makes me not want to play with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good you are. You can be the best player to ever touch the game. If you're going to be annoying or you're going to be egotistical and dislikable, I mean, I'm just not going to play with you.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the things that struck me like very interesting in what you said is you said that Seven is better than you. You think he plays better than you. So that's leading on to my next question. So Luka Rakic, we all know him, one of the biggest Fortnite content creators in South Africa. So he named you as the current best Fortnite player on the scene. So how did that type of recognition feel? Like, were you shocked? Were you confident? Were you like, yes, I deserve this? Or did you have a little bit of imposter syndrome where you thought, I actually have a lot more to learn? Or players like Seven actually deserve that instead of me? Like, how did you feel when that came out?
Honestly speaking, I mean, it was nice to hear, but I don't let that. I do my best not to let that get to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let that get to me. I don't like that ego boost in it. And honestly speaking, I couldn't care about other people's opinions like that. Whether you're saying I'm good, whether you're saying I'm bad, unless it's from people that I know mean it. Like example, you won't see my teammates call me like sitting in, I'm playing with the best player in South Africa. They're not like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when they do tell you, you're good or you're the best, it means much more. And I can actually take it with confidence, and it's nice, and I'll actually believe it. But with anyone else speaking, for example, like that video with Luka, I mean, I couldn't care. You could have said I'm the worst player, and I wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying because it's more personal, coming from the players who like watch you grind every day, watch you do your best, like do your worst, and then watch you like how you like conquer that. It's more personal when it comes from somebody like that than somebody who's watching from like like a third party.
Yeah, it is. It just means a lot more because at the end of the day, most of these things, even including what I said, it's a matter of opinion. There's not much matter of fact. I mean, there is when it gets to a certain point, but most of the time it's just people speaking, and I don't listen to that unless it's people that I care about. Because I mean, if my teammates tell me I'm playing shit, I'm playing shit. I need to focus and I need to do better and whatnot. If I'm playing with someone else, and unless I know myself, if they say I'm doing dumb stuff, I'm not listening to you. Unless I know myself.
So if somebody is like chatting shit about you, is it just like water off your back? Like you don't
Yeah.
care. You just go about your day.
Yeah.
Nothing really that you want to even like say to them because their
Yeah.
opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't, but I'm a person who's I like to entertain it, you know?
Are you like a little troll? Like you like trolling
Yeah.
them?
So I personally, I genuinely couldn't care.
Yeah.
Like if someone's beefing with me, saying stuff about me here and there, I don't care. But if they say something to me, like my teammates will tell me, just don't even reply, you know, because they'll only message me because they know, like Cam or them won't even bother.
Mm-hmm.
But I entertain it just to like pick and puck, you know.
So are you like responding to that hate and just laughing at the responses back?
Yeah, like sometimes I'll just say like the dumbest stuff that doesn't even make sense, just to have a laugh for myself, and then they'll think, "Oh, Ghost is so dumb," and it. But I just like it entertainment. It's fun for me. I don't know. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Because like obviously, you know, like chasing clout is a thing in today's age, right? Where I mean, my channel, some of the stuff that I've covered is about people's dramas and people's beefs and what they have to say to each other and stuff like that. So it's very refreshing to see somebody who like sits back like how I do and laughs at it. So obviously we're going to talk about Highborn. So you are Highborn's first Fortnite player that they've signed. So what was it about Highborn that made you proud to like wear and stand behind the name, made you like say yes, I want to be signed with you? And have you been like approached by other teams before then that you rejected?
Now at the moment, I mean, the organizations are so scarce,
Mm-hmm.
so there's not much orgs. Highborn on the other hand, obviously they were not in Fortnite, so they were a Call of Duty team. So
Yes.
seeing them come to Fortnite and me being like one of their first options, the first ever Fortnite player, it was super cool. It was an opportunity I was gonna give up. I love Alexi, what he's doing for me. It means a lot, and he's doing a
Mm-hmm.
lot. And yeah, it feels amazing. I mean, instead of asking why would I mean, why wouldn't? You know, it's a new org coming, a big
Yeah.
Call of Duty org coming to Fortnite, and you're their first pick. I mean, it's awesome, you know.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone else that you are hoping that will join Highborn, but not just for the sake of joining Highborn, but for like that will fit with the values that org has?
Not at the moment. No, I would say my mate way.
So you think apart from where you don't see anybody else aligning with like Highborn's vision right now?
Not at the moment. This is what I was speaking to Alexi a while back earlier, and I was like, we genuinely speaking, we're just gonna have to like wait and see, like who comes up, who starts being consistent, and because at the moment, I genuinely can't think of anyone that's doing good enough or that's not signed.
Do you not think that like by you championing like the values that Highborn has in the Fortnite scene, but also the values that you have, because you have some pretty strong opinions at such a young age? So and like honestly, you are really modest. You literally said you don't want to let things get to your head, like you don't want your ego to inflate. So do you think by championing those types of qualities, like that will actually draw out those types of people, like to come out of their shells and also act in the same way?
Yeah. I think that's like an insanely big issue at the moment. Like I said, it's just people they're confident, which is good, but they're way too egotistical. I mean, it holds you back a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are good, you need to just. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game. Go on however you want to. It's just a game. But I mean, personally speaking, from experience especially, that overconfidence it kills.
Mm-hmm.
It kills. It kills your gameplay. You'll see it in your gameplay. You'll see it with the people you hang out with. I mean, it affects all of it.
Okay, so that's actually interesting because I honestly thought that you would be like heading up the little Fortnite division that Highborn is starting, and you would have that inside knowledge to like who could join. But it's actually interesting that you were saying that nobody has those qualities yet to join.
Just- I'm not even like saying that just to say that or whatever. I'm genuinely speaking. I would love to sign other players and not be the only one, but
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. You can't tell for sure.
Mm-hmm. So I asked this little cheeky question to Creed in the last interview, and I'll ask it again to you, but I kind of already have a feeling what your answer is going to be. So, is there anyone that in the Fortnite scene that you are like coming for, that you are like want to prove a point to, or want to like show, or like show them that you are as good as you think you are?
No.
I already knew it.
Yeah. I couldn't care.
Okay.
I mean, there's always gonna be people that hate me. There's always gonna be people that like me. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's a flippin' video game. I'm not gonna hold anything against anyone. I'm not that guy. Yeah, I'll have my beef in it now and then, but I get over it hell of a quickly. It's not something that's important to me. It's I play my game and I play to win and I play for fun and I just wanna do well, I'm playing my game. I'm not flipping playing for anyone else. So
Okay. So
So-
last question. Very just funny question. What is your favorite Fortnite skin and your favorite emote?
it's gonna be the Sub-Zero skin at the moment. I wouldn't know about emotes at the moment, like now, but the Sub-Zero skin that's in the item shop, the battle pass. I bought the battle pass after not spending money on this game in like few years. I bought the battle pass just for that skin.
I'm actually googling it right now to see what it
So
looks like.
I said in the start,
He actually looks
I play
legit. He looks legit like from MK.
yeah. So he is a player from NK, so that's why I was like, when I saw that, ask all of my mates, I was flipping ballistic. I was like, nah, I'm buying this battle pass no matter what.
just for that one skin.
Just for that skin.
Do they have any other MK characters on there?
No, it's just a skin now.
So my favorite from MK is Sindel.
Okay, fair. Good option. You know?
Honestly, loved her just because she could do that hair whip. I think it was either Mortal Kombat 9 or 10 where she did this hair whip, and she would whip her hair around the opponent and she'd like fling them like from side to side.
It's MK. It's MK11 actually.
I don't think it's 11. Hey, I used to play that on my Xbox 360, so it was way before 11. I think.
Okay, I see.
Unless they brought it back to 11, I'm not sure.
I do know it is in 11, but but I think that move is just like a special move that's been in the game. So
yeah, I used to just spam that on my brother, and that's how it went.
yeah, that's completely fair. I used to button mash my life away as well. So
have you ever thought about going into like tournaments that do like MK tournaments?
But you see, that's the thing. I told you, I'll play MK. I'll play those games until my fingers don't work, and then I'll just, once I get to a certain level and I know I'm decently good, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no, I wouldn't.
Okay, but Ghost, it was honestly a real pleasure chatting to you. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to chat to you again about hopefully something else. Maybe some other game that you decided to pick up.
Yeah, maybe in the future, you never know.
We never know.
Yeah.
But thank you. Um,
Yeah, pleasure.